Coach, the first impressions of the field, of the weather, of the training for today.
Oh, you look like you got a big sweat jacket, like you're cold out here. This is beautiful out here today. I can tell you that. Obviously, Eastwood High School, beautiful setting for practice. Really detailed out. Coaches are out here as well. For their staff, and again, the hospitality, like always, is outstanding. And I'm going to add to the hospitality. Okay, yesterday afternoon we had a couple guys get delayed on our flights. They got stuck in Dallas. Joe Golding, the head basketball coach for I guess Texas El Paso College here in town, the University of Texas El Paso. Him and his wife and child, they picked up and took our 3 guys and drove them because the flight was delayed to get them here for practice. They got here late last night, and I just want to give a shout out to to those guys. That again just goes back to the hospitality. It was a great job by Joe, and we appreciate it.
Ever heard of Joe Golding? Met him before?
No, not until last night when I heard they kind of bumped into each other at the rental car. They all were in the same position. Flights are canceled, and again, it's a blessing.
What just in terms of your practice? I know you guys were practicing before you left Pittsburgh. But just your impressions on the first practice?
I think we had a good practice. I mean, got off a flight yesterday. A lot of these guys were traveling. Yesterday was a travel day, so just to get them back in it, we didn't go crazy out here running around. We're gonna, we got a big game coming up, and we're gonna be fresh. We talk about being fresh all the time, so our guys will be fresh and ready to roll.
Have you made a decision who you might start at quarterback on Friday?
Yeah, Nick Patty will start at quarterback most likely, and we expect both of them to play, and we'll just kind of play it by ear and see how it goes.
How do you feel that the guys after the Christmas stop? How do you feel in the field?
I feel great. I mean, our kids are mature enough. We gave them a break. Some people don't give their guys a break to go home for the holidays. So our guys were home with their families, and they came out here. They were fresh, had a lot of enthusiasm, and good recall. It was only 4 days, so our guys are smart. That's why they go to the University of Pittsburgh, academics.
Obviously, replacing Izzy is not an easy task, but for Rodney, how are you maybe hoping he can give you some semblance of what Izzy does?
Well, I mean, if you were back in Pittsburgh at the beginning of the season and through preseason camp in August, we had Izzy, we had this other guy named Rodney Hammond, number 6, and he's a really good football player. He got hurt against West Virginia, didn't, kind of split from there. So we've got a lot of trust in him. We got Vince Davis as well and Sebo. So, we've got plenty of guys in that backfield. It was a strong point for us coming into the season. So we feel really good with those guys.
Felix, I think you got one. Yeah, just talk about Nick, what he's obviously experienced and played in the bowl game last year. So I guess talk about his strengths.
Yeah, he played for 2 series in the bowl game last year. He was a competitor. He dove for a touchdown, hit the pylon, broke his collarbone. So this is his shot again. He finished the second half of Tennessee, on one leg. The one thing I tell you about Nick is he is tough. He's a competitor. He's a smart football player, and he's a team guy. Our guys play for him. He's probably our best leader at the quarterback position, and our guys really like playing for Nick.
4 games without a loss. All the last 4 games you win. This is a make of confidence for the team.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think our team's confidence coming in. But, like I tell guys, it doesn't matter what happened the last time we went out against Miami or the week before against Duke or the game before that. It's all about this week and how we prepare and how we come out and detail this game out.
In terms of what you'll face with UCLA with Charbonnet and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is there somebody that you might compare them to that you've seen this year?
I think DTR, kind of reminds me of, and you're gonna as Louisville's quarterback, help me out, EJ. Cunningham, Malik Cunningham. That's kind of who he reminds me. He's athletic and sling it. He's a leader. He's tough. You can see he plays with a lot of swag. He likes to hurdle you. He's a football player, and you can see he loves to play the game. So I would compare him to him. Charbonneau, I mean, he kind of reminds me. I know he wears number 24, but he's big, tough, physical back. He's a bruiser. He'll run you down. He'll run through you. He kind of reminds me of James Conner, our tailback, playing with the Arizona Cardinals.
Your top receiver had a pretty good season. Talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, Jared Wayne is coming to the season being a guy that wanted to be the guy, and he was the guy. I mean, he did everything he wanted to do in 22, and he needs to finish strong with another great game against UCLA.